Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today we have my review of the first series of Doctor Who, or modern Doctor Who. I haven't watched the classic series and I probably never will if I'm being honest, but yes, of course this series starred Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper, and I guess later on John Barrowman as well. And there will be spoilers in this video if you have not seen this series, which I recommend you do, because if you haven't, and if you're one of those scum who skipped it and just went straight to David Tennant in series 2, I don't want to know you. You are not a true Doctor Who fan. Obviously, this series had a crazy task to bring back a show that was introduced many years ago into a whole new generation of loads of people that haven't seen it, and even some older fans that have missed the show since it had been off air. They had to introduce it, explain what has happened over the past few years in the Doctor Who universe, and just show a new generation of what the show is. And there wasn't much stuff this series could have done better, if I'm being honest. It is often overlooked, as it is Christopher Eccleston's only portrayal of the Ninth Doctor, until the audiobooks of course, but at least it's only one on screen, and still is today, unfortunately. But there shouldn't be a reason for it to be overlooked. The Ninth Doctor is great in this series, Christopher Eccleston as the actor, and the characterisation of the Doctor himself. As I was gonna say, it's basically pitch perfect. Russell T Davies could not have written him any better. It's so interesting and just great to watch. The first episode, Rose, is a great new doorway into the modern series. It's one of my most rewatched episodes, I think. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
What are you doing here?
I live here.
Well, what'd you do that for?
And you really get to know the Doctor and Rose. You buy them, and yeah, it's just a great episode and a great opener. Although I will say, the first 3 episodes really feel like they have a lot of filler in them. The characterization and the character development is the only stuff that keeps those episodes afloat for me, because the character stuff is great, but the stories feel very underdeveloped for the next 2 episodes. Sorry, I should say, because the first episode is great in my opinion. But yeah, it's just the end of the world. The plot there is really underdeveloped for me, and it's not overly interesting, but the development of Rose and the Doctor's relationship makes me want to watch it again. But also, this is probably the series where it's most evident that they don't have the budget to tell the stories that they want to, and they still don't today, even though in series 11 and 12 the effects have been absolutely incredible in my opinion. This series really shines with characters, as I've kind of said already. Even the worst episodes with the character development, it keeps it watchable. Like I said, the end of the world. That episode does do some cool world building, actually. The Slitheen 2-parter, which was the first 2-parter of the new series, is very underwhelming for me. It very much feels like an episode of the Sarah Jane Adventures, which, don't get me wrong, I think is a great show, but it's just the farting gag is stupid and doesn't work. It makes them very unintimidating, unscary and threatening, and you know, because I think the Slitheen are a great idea, but yeah, like, I don't think it's bad. You can have a fun time with it, but yeah. Dalek and the 2-part finale has probably the best handling of the Doctor and the Daleks' relationship. It is so good, and Dalek is such a haunting episode, and whenever the Doctor is interacting with the Daleks in the final 2, it is, again, haunting. It's so well done.
Look, I'm sorry about this. Mr. Van Staten might think he's clever, but never mind him. I've come to help. I'm the Doctor. Impossible.
The Doctor! Exterminate! Exterminate!
If you want orders, follow this one. Kill yourself.
The Daleks must survive!
The Daleks have failed! Why don't you finish the job and make the Daleks extinct? Rid the universe of your filth! Why don't you just die? I'm the Doctor, and if there's one thing I can do, it's talk. I've got 5 billion languages, and you haven't got one way of stopping me. So if anybody's gonna shut up, it's you!
I said the good stuff about the characters, but then we have Adam during Dalek and The next episode, I do not remember the name unfortunately, but yeah, he goes on a trip with Dr. Rose in the episode following Dalek, and he is one of the most annoying characters in the entire series. I don't like him. I'm sure the actor is a great guy, I don't mean any offense to him, but for me, his portrayal, his performance really doesn't work for me in this show, and he was just really frustratingly written as well. I didn't buy the relationship between him and Rose, and it was just annoying, and I didn't care about him. I was glad when he was gone, and it really took me out of a good episode, because the story of that episode is interesting, and of course we have Simon Pegg in that episode, who's one of my favourite actors of all time. He's amazing. The second half of the series is even better handled in my opinion. It just gets darker after Dalek, which is understandable, but yeah. Although something I did notice, I think it was in the End of the World, but I'm not entirely sure, it may not have been, but the face of Bo is pregnant.
I was the first one ever to be signed up for the Time Agency. They were so proud of me. The face of Bo, they called me. I'll see you.
Obviously, Captain Jack is introduced in one of the most beloved episodes and one of the scariest episodes of the modern series, and what can I say? John Barrowman makes this character my favourite character in the whole of Who. That's why I want Torchwood to come back. That's why I literally physically cheered when he came back in Series 12. Yeah, it was for a cameo. I didn't care. I didn't care. The comedy is great all the way through the series. The emotion is just absolutely even better, and most of the stories are at least good too. The Empty Child is terrifying, along with the following episode, and the final two-parter is emotional, scary, and a ton of fun. Series 1 is one of the best in New Who, and I'm going to be honest, I was seriously considering putting it in Blu-ray, but I think, just for me, I have to put it in 4K. I don't like this series as much as many other people, and it's definitely not my favourite series of Doctor Who, but you can't deny it's great. It handled what it had to do really well and went above that, in my opinion. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the first series of Doctor Who in the comments below, as long as you're respectful about it. Don't be an asshole, please. But yeah, as I said, uploads are going to be a lot less consistent now. I didn't have a schedule anyway, but yeah, make sure to follow me on Twitch, because I'm streaming Heavy Rain over there at the moment. It's a very interesting game. I did the first 2 hours just the other day, and yeah, otherwise I'll be streaming Dead by Daylight. And follow me on Twitter and other socials, because that's where I will keep updates on my YouTube. I won't be posting videos all the time, and I don't have the community tab yet. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.